The unthinkable happened. The Athletics took 3 of 4 from the Tampa Bay Rays.
And watch out. Don't look out your window because big picks are flying now. So that's great.
You are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, my name is Kevin Weiss.
I'm Ulises Sambrano.
And we're the host of the Locked On Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thank you for making Locked On Rays your very first listen every day. And remember, Locked On Rays is free and available on all platforms, including YouTube at Locked On Rays. If you're a YouTube subscriber and watcher, you will notice that Ulises has a different background and environment than typical.
Yes, but that's as far as we're going to go with that, Kevin. So that's enough of that. Let's go into the important things.
Okay, you don't want me to give you the exact. I was going to give the listeners the exact address of where you are so they can bombard you with autographs.
I can't. Even though I love flexing the check signature, my man. Let's start right off. It's early in the season.
It's very early in the season.
They haven't even played 10 games. But this series was so disappointing in so many ways. I mean, number one, you start off with a clunker and a starting pitching injury, followed by a high leverage reliever going down as well. Then you have guys that are supposed to step up, not stepping up. You almost have a game slip through your fingers, which would have meant a 4-game sweep at home. And it was just a very frustrating, disappointing series to watch. However, I'm not even going to say, 162 games. No, but that would be correct. What I'm going to say is, for those of you who are very disappointed and very hurt by what you saw this week, well, were you a fan last year? Because if you were, then you also remember in April, around these same dates, the Rays played the Texas Rangers. Wait, no, check that. The lowly 2021 Texas Rangers. A 4-game series. And guess what happened? The Rays lost 3 out of 4 against that Texas Rangers team. Now, I'll say this right now. I think this Oakland A's team is better than that 2021 Texas Rangers team. So I'll say that. The Rays went on to win 100 games.
Yes.
There is no need to hit the panic button. Oh my gosh, this is not the team that we thought. Oh man, things are going awry. Oh, no. But it is the time to hit that button that says, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And I know that this team is better than that. And that's the button that we should be pushing.
100%. And we keep in mind that this is a very long season. The old adage, it's a marathon, not a sprint. There's ebbs and flows, ups and downs to a season. I still vividly remember when the Rays got their butts whooped by the Seattle Mariners on the road. What was that, a 4-game sweep?
It was a 4-game sweep. Yeah, but I think there were like 2 walk-offs, weren't there? 2 or 3 walk-offs. It was stupid.
It was very, very depressing. And then, of course, Wander gets called up and things start to change. But that was still a team that won 100 games. So I'm not panicking. Yes. Now, if the Rays were 0-7 right now, 1-6, then yeah, I'd maybe, put the red alert up a little bit. But they're 4-3 right now. There is a ton of baseball left. Now, the game.
Wait,
today,
hold up. Can I even like get in that? You said 1-6. 2011 people again. Rays fans, come with me. Let's go on our memory banks. 2011. That team with Super Sam Fold started 1-6, and guess what? Game 162. They went to the playoffs again. Don't hit the, oh my gosh, we're losing. Oh, this is awful. This is no, don't hit that panic button. Hit the button that says, I did not like what happened this series, but I can still see the potential. And the potential is a playoff team.
Yes. Although there were some very odd things that happened in the game today.
Mm-hmm.
Did Randy have money on this game for the Athletics booting that ball for a Little League home run?
That was odd.
Kevin Kiermaier bobbled that too. I hate to go out on a limb here, but do you think Kevin Kiermaier's maybe lost a tinge of a step early on?
No.
Because he also had an opportunity to make a play in center field that he misstepped on. And then there was another play earlier this season that he felt he should have got to. I mean, he was cursing very loudly when he missed a ball. So it seems like there's been a couple plays that he would normally get to that he hasn't gotten to this season.
I understand that, but I think we also we've said this since 2020. Has he lost a step? And I don't think he has. I think we're always going to be spotlighting Kevin Kiermaier because of the age, because of all the accolades that he has gotten since becoming a Ray. So no, I don't think so. But I will say that he also did a pretty smooth pickup with a high bounce, and that actually helped save a run in yesterday's game, Thursday's game. But so, no, I don't think he's lost a step. It was sloppy. The defense did not help Josh Fleming. I don't put the first 3 runs are not on Josh Fleming.
No.
At all. And it sucks because I think the stadium, it looked like, and I hope the people, watching on their couches or following along on their tablets at work, that was not on him. That was the defense. And I think people know that and they can appreciate that if they see the clips, because he did his job. He got soft contact. He was actually, that sinker was working for him early on. Yeah. It was a shame that the defense didn't back him up. This whole series, Kevin, it was iffy. And I hate to say this, but if I've heard it from BA, and so I'll say it because he was a damn major leaguer.
Okay.
It seemed like they were playing down to the competition.
It happens. It happens.
And that can get you in trouble, man.
Yeah. Maybe they were listening to the Locked On Rays pod before the series. They were listening to my words too closely.
They were listening to Kevin Wise's words. Yes. They were drinking that Kevin Kool-Aid.
Yeah. They realized that Matt Olson isn't on the team, that Matt Chapman isn't on the team, that so many others aren't on the team. But can I revert this and put a positive spin on not the outcome of the game, but a couple things I saw that I did like that made me happy about being a Rays fan and following this team? One, another Brandon Lau bomb. Yeah. Another no doubter. We might be eating our words. Again, I know it's early and just capitalizing on he's had 3 home runs so far this season. Yeah. But our projection that he wouldn't get to 30 bombs, if he stays healthy, he might cross that 30 homer mark, because the home runs, there have been no cheapies. They've all been 400 plus feet, 437 feet, 414 feet, and 402 feet. And he's also in the 95th percentile in max exit velo. So he has continued to, in his little frame, bring a very, very big bat.
He's coming out on that revenge tour for crooked numbers becoming round numbers in 2022. Yeah. Imagine hitting 39 home runs and 99 RBI. I know. If you hate traditional stats, then plug your ears for the next minute. Okay. But 39 home runs, you wouldn't wish that to be 40. 99 RBIs, you wouldn't wish that to be 100. Like, that must have ate him up, especially how his playoff numbers, 0 for 18 or 0 for 19, whatever it was. Yeah, that must have eaten him up, and he's come out with a vengeance, and it's great. I mean, what is he hitting right now? 296, man. Yeah, 296 with 3 bombs. That's fantastic in 7 games.
And that home run was off a lefty, and I believe it was a breaking ball. So
was it a breaking ball? Okay,
I believe so. So good for Brandon Lau. That's one positive. Another positive, and we talked about this before, we love the athleticism dynamic of this team. And I know I just chastised Randy for that boot in the outfield, but hustling out an infield single, I think is big. And then following up on that, Brandon Lau, yes, hit a ground ball, but broke up what would have been or could have been a double play. So I think that's something we're going to continue to see. A lot more infield hits by the Rays and a lot fewer GIDPs, where you have enough guys in that lineup that can, even if it's a hardly hit ground ball to the second baseman or shortstop, that runner will still get to first before the ball is in the mitt of the first baseman.
Guess who else broke up a double play? Yandy Diaz. Yandy Diaz broke up a double play too. So he also hustled to first. I mean, it's all over the lineup right now. And that's good to see that those grounded into double plays might be minimized in 2022. Yeah. But also Yandy, speaking about Yandy and his at bats, dude, he got bad luck today. I mean, he got BABIP to death. I think the whole team was making contact, but it was just soft contact and sometimes right at fielders.
Yeah, only 4 strikeouts for the Athletics in this game. So you're right on that point. Also, one more positive, I guess. Shout out to Phoenix Sanders, USF product, for getting that debut. And hey, sitting ovation. I'll give. And he performed well. I didn't actually get to see him pitch, but the box score looks pretty good. And again, he was sort of another guy that toiling in the minor leagues to some extent, where it's like, is he ever going to get an opportunity? And now with the pitching injuries and guys being DFA'd and sent down and the Rays needing some bulk, that Phoenix Sanders is welcoming the call. So really good for him. And you hope he's able to continue to stay up here, because he wasn't on the 40-man before. So
no, he wasn't.
So, and he was kind of one of those, like, well, it seemed like once that new 40-man was announced before what would have been the Rule 5 draft, it's like, well, why isn't Phoenix Sanders always seemed to be the unspoken about guy, but always performed in the minors, and now he's finally getting the opportunity. So he could quietly craft out a role where he's not a top 5, top 10. Nobody talks about him when they talk about top Rays prospects, but he could kind of slowly morph himself into like a right-handed Josh Fleming, in the sense of like sort of under the radar, but have some staying power in the bigs.
And boy, wouldn't that be nice? I mean, again, us as USF alums,
yes,
I cannot be any more happy to see a guy that walked Cooper Hall and I just
Andros,
the bunker. Yeah, I love that. So that good for him, and I wish him nothing but success. And honestly, I also wish him that if he ever got hungry and he ever wanted to get some energy before going into a game, he gets some Built Bars. Phoenix, you can get some Built Bars at built.com, because they're both healthy and delicious. I tell you that they're healthy because the macros are amazing. Okay, they're 130 to 180 calories when candy bars are usually 200 to 300 calories. Yuck. You don't want that in your body, Phoenix. You want Built Bars. Also, they're delicious. They're covered in 100% real chocolate. That's a yummy. So you want those two things in your tummy. That's my Dr. Seuss rhyme for the day. So today, another one. Go to built.com and you're going to use promo code LOCKED15. When you use promo code LOCKED15, you get 15% off your order at built.com. So today, please do not delay. Go to built.com, use promo code LOCKED15, and save 15% at built.com.
Well, if we thought the Athletics were tough competition, things seemingly don't get any easier as the Rays go up to the Windy City to face the Chicago White Sox, who are, well, I guess they're also 4-3, but they're also a very, very good team. But I will say this, the Rays have dealt with their fair share of injuries. The White Sox are dealing with their fair share of injuries. So you talk about not wanting to make any excuses. Like, I mean, of course, the White Sox still have star power in their lineup and in their pitching staff, but you go down the list of names who are on the shelf right now, it's sort of like, okay, maybe this is the time for the Rays to capitalize, okay?
100%. I mean, Giolito's not on there. Lance Lynn is not on there. AJ Pollock is not on there. Eloy Jimenez might not play.
Yeah.
Not even DH. I mean, this
and
is the time to strike a really good team.
yes, Yohan Moncada, Garrett Crochet, Joe Kelly, Ryan Burr, Yermin Mercedes, Jonathan Stever.
Yeah.
So that's what they got. But of course, I mean, they still got players on that team. Like it's weird because I do enjoy watching the White Sox play because they have fun players to watch. I think they're a fun team. Like I can't get enough of Tim Anderson when he comes up to the plate and seeing the dynamic that he brings. He'll never draw a walk in his life, but he's going to bat 300 and give you steals and give you home runs. And then you plug in Jose Abreu and that, entire
Luis
lineup.
Robert.
It's a fun complexion. And then, I mean, they still have, even though we mentioned all the injuries, don't they still have Liam Hendricks on the team?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I think he blew a save in Detroit the other day, but yeah, of course, that's a great back end of the bullpen piece. And honestly, out of the three guys that the Rays are going to be facing in Chicago, Michael Kopech or Kopech? Kopech. Yeah, that he's boy, he's gonna be fun to watch. Sometimes we have to take off our Rays hat and just put our baseball hat on and just enjoy some of these athletes' talents.
Right.
That's a guy you want to watch pitch. He's got really, really good stuff.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good 3-game series. Some really good pitching matchups, you would think, with at least this is what it's projected to be. Drew Rasmussen versus Dylan Cease, Corey Kluber versus Michael Kopech, and then the Rays TBD versus Vince Velasquez, who Velasquez has been good so far in his action with the White Sox. And this is, I mean, even with the expanded playoffs, this is a playoff caliber team, even with the injuries. Like, this is a team that you're going to, you can't, even with their injuries, you can't underestimate them in the least, let alone going on the road. I know that the White Sox, they can never win a playoff series to save their lives, but they're going to win, 94 to 96 ball games guaranteed.
You could say that about any other AL Central team. I mean, the Twins can't win one either, so they're not alone there. I want to make a little bit of napkin math here.
Okay.
And say Shane McClanahan pitched on Wednesday, correct? Yesterday.
Yes.
Shane McClanahan Wednesday. Shane McClanahan, that means Wednesday 1, 2 Thursday, 3 Friday, 4 Saturday. That means Tommy Romero is the guy that would have the ball on Sunday, that TBD.
Well, yeah, he may have the ball, but he may not have it for long. He could just be the opener.
So just, or
might just be
the bulk guy. Or be the bulk guy. Like, you start, just give the ball to Kit. Say, hey, can you handle the first 2 innings? Then bring Tommy Romero in. Then patch.
Or could they bring in
Phoenix
Sanders and Tommy Romero?
Yeah. Maybe that's back-to-back rookies might be tough. I would rather see something like, I would go the Kevin Weiss approach. Keep Tommy Romero to 2 innings. If you're doing that, then put Kit 2 innings in the beginning. Then give Tommy the ball, and then give Phoenix Sanders the ball. Now you have 6 innings, hopefully 6 to 7 innings of good ball right there for Sunday's game.
Maybe work in Beeks, something. I don't know what
Beeks has looked okay, man. Beeks has looked okay.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not, beggars can't be choosers with the injuries stacking up on the pitching side of things for the Rays. So at some point, it's like, well, we got to roll out who we got to roll out. Like, I mean, Dustin Knight got how many innings the other day, and then he got DFA'd after that. So it's like, I think there could be a lot of that this season where the Rays call up somebody, he gives a somewhat good showing, and then goodbye.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, huh?
Yeah.
Isn't it, Mr. Weiss?
It is very much. Hey, maybe they just give Chris Mazza the start. Let him reinvent himself, or not reinvent himself, but make up for
redeem himself from. Honestly, I don't even think Rays fans should be mad at Mazza. Like, dude got a bad gig. Like,
he got kind of thrown into the fire there.
Yeah, not at all. Hey, by the way, before you tell me where green Skittles are good to put in, you're not going to give me any props for getting the whole damn Thursday lineup right before even I had completed one sip of damn coffee.
Congratulations on that, but I I want you to go a step further next time and actually give me the batting order. If you can nail that down, then that's really, really impressive.
All right. Well, I just Kevin Cash, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You made the lineup, but I gave you the player, so you're welcome there.
Yeah, he listened to the podcast, is like, okay, that's a good combo. Then I'll do the lineup from there. Again, Rays, Ulises will take 1/10 of the salary, maybe 1/10 of the salary of Kevin Cash.
We gotta find out first how much he makes before you tie me down to the 1/10.
Oh, he's definitely making 7 figures per year.
Well, I'll look that up before while you tell me about BetOnline.
I don't even think they not to go into a thing here, but they don't disclose the financial figures, or they haven't in the past. They just say this is how many years he's locked up for. Something tells me he's not hurting them. Something tells me he's doing all right. I would say he's making more than a lot of Rays players on the roster.
I'll find out.
You'll find out. If you can give me an exact number, that would be great. Speaking of numbers, we got to tell you about BetOnline. BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting stats and sports info. You can find all the latest sports developments, league reviews, and news, including this year's basketball playoffs and the start of the MLB season. BetOnline, it is your continued source for all your sport wagering info, from live betting to playoffs, esports, and more. So head over to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, it is where the game starts. Ulises, before we get into baseball trivia, name that war, being that it is a Friday, I should also note that the Rays don't get an off day for a while. I can't think of the exact number, but they have a long slate before they get some time off. So they're really going to want that off day when it comes. I guess on the bright side is that this road trip, they're going to be in Chicago. It's not like they're going anywhere. They're playing the White Sox and the Cubs. So I guess that helps a little bit too. Yeah.
But again, hopefully this is when you want the no off days, because your body's still, not with the aching pains of the whole season. Yeah. So if there are to be no off days, I think April is better than August.
Right. I guess it also, yeah. And also, no, that's a good point. I would also think that you're still trying to build up the pitching staff too. So having that many games in a row, could there. So, all right, let's move on to baseball trivia. My question is about old players. I have a list in front of me of the 10 oldest players on opening day rosters for 2022. The 10 oldest players. And I will say the age ranges are from 39 to 42. I want you to name 5 of these players.
39 to 42.
10 oldest players on 2022 opening day rosters.
Ridge Hill.
Yes. Second oldest guy.
Adam Wainwright.
Correct. Fifth oldest guy.
How old is Adam Wainwright?
Wainwright's 40. Ridge Hill's 41.
Oh man,
they've got the dates here. The actual.
The youngest old guy is 39.
Yes.
Damn, I have 2 guys, but I don't think they're 39.
Yeah, 39.
All right, I'll try them. Justin Verlander.
Justin Verlander is the 9th oldest guy on this list. He is 39.
Oh, nice. Okay.
2 more.
Let me see. 2 years ago, Charlie Morton was 36. So did he get a birthday in there? Let's try Charlie Morton.
Strike 1.
Okay, so not old enough. Albert Pujols.
He is the oldest player on an opening day roster at 42 years old.
Dope. So I have 4.
You have 4. I need 1 more. You have 2 strikes left.
Oh, my buddy. I think he was 22 in 2003. So he has to be there, right? I mean, I don't think he was 20. If he was 20 in 2003, that would be 19 years ago. So he'd be 39. Miguel Cabrera.
Strike 2.
Son of a blank. Old guys. Old friends. Old friends. You know that Simon and Garfunkel song?
Not the way you were singing it.
Not a big Simon and Garfunkel guy.
I mean, I do think I've listened to some Simon and Garfunkel songs.
It's a B rare one. It's a rare side. It's okay.
It's down the list of top hits.
Yeah.
Then I probably have not heard of it.
Okay. Old friends. We're looking at old friends from baseball.
Old fuddy duddy.
Oh, no, he's not that old. 39, 40 years old. Ah, man, I think I'm going to need a hint.
Do you have 1 or 2 strikes on you?
I got Charlie Morton wrong, and I got Miguel Cabrera wrong.
Okay. So you want a hint.
If you think I can get it without one, then fine. I'll play along.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Performance enhancers.
The list is endless, Kevin. Performance enhancers. My goodness.
Designated hitter.
Oh, Nelson Cruz.
Nelson Cruz, 41 years old with the Nationals.
How could I forget? Old friend of the program, Nelson Cruz.
You got it. Yeah.
Boomstick.
So the list is Pujols, Hill, Cruz, Oliver Perez with the Diamondbacks at 30 years old, still kicking. Wainwright's battery mate, Yadi Molina, 39 years old. Another performance enhancer, Robinson Cano, 39 years old with the Mets. Couple relievers in here. Darren O'Day, 39 years old with the Braves. Justin Verlander, like we mentioned. And then number 10, old friend of the program, Sergio Romo with the Mariners, 39 years old.
That is a good list. Were there like 8 pitchers and 2 hitters? Just Yachty and Albert. Oh, and Nelson.
Yachty, Cruz, Albert,
and Robbie Cano.
So it was 4 and 6.
4 and 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Good trivia question.
Thank you, sir.
Good trivia question. Let me hit with Name That War. If you've never seen this show before, Name That War is where we take a player that is no longer active and look him up on baseballreference.com and then see what his career war was. So you take a player, you guess his baseball reference war, and that's the game. It's really rather simple. So for today's installment of Name That War, Kevin, I will tell you this player's name is Miggy Cabrera's center fielder in that 0-3 team, Juan Pierre.
Juan Pierre. Love some Juan Pierre. I know he's got a ton of stolen bases and like no home runs. And I would think, if I had to guess, he was probably like a 280 hitter for his career. He, I want to say, played a pretty darn long time. I would think the defense was pretty good. Career war for Juan Pierre, I'm going to say 18.
That was on the nose. 17.3. 17.3. I did not know this slash line is really 295 average, 343 on base, a 361 slugging, 704 OPS, and 84 OPS plus. Like you said, he stole a whole lot of bases, but he also got caught stealing a ton. A ton. Like in 1 year, he stole 46, got caught 17. Stole 65, got caught 20. Stole 58, got caught 20. Stole 68, got caught 18. And this is probably the worst one. Stole 27, got caught 17.
Oh,
So
let me say this though, because I'm
that's a
looking up
problem.
his numbers right now. I mean, first off, you basically have to be a 300 hitter if you're going to get away with hitting, 0 home runs per year. Basically, like his max season was 3. Aside from that, he also never struck out. He would get more stolen bases than strikeouts.
Yeah.
And he was extremely durable for a guy that was, yes, extremely athletic, but very small, slender. I mean, there were many years in a row where he played 162. That is to be very highly respected.
5 years in a row from 2003 till 2007, he played 162. I mean, that's amazing. But I honestly, I would have thought that the fielding would have carried him a little bit higher on the WAR, but maybe Fangraphs feels differently. But we don't play with Fangraphs in Name That WAR. We play with Baseball Reference. So I hope you all like that. By the way, if you're listening to the show or possibly watching it, because we really want people to watch it on YouTube, so subscribe and hit that like button that looks just like this. Anyway, name on the YouTube comments, guys, just name a player that you remember from whatever era, and then we can use that on Name That War. Really simple. You don't have to send an audio memo, a voice message. You don't have to write a whole email. By the way, Cody Glazer, we got your email, and you're definitely on the next Wednesday mailbag episode. But
we also got a great question from Joshua Garner too. So we
did too. Yeah,
keep the mailbag questions coming. LockedOnRays@gmail.com preferably. But yes.
Yeah. No. So really, that's a great.
Juan Pierre with the bigger bases set to go into effect.
Oh my God.
That would be a sight.
He would wreak havoc on those things.
Yes. Man, that's fun. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for making the Locked On Rays podcast your very first listen every day. Now make your second listen, the Locked On MLB podcast. That is also free and available on all platforms. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and we will talk to you next week.